Yo, yo, yo. Oh, my bad, y'all. About 8 minutes late. What's going on, y'all? Talk to me. Who coming up in here? Mic check. Yo, yo. Bring that down a little bit. There you go. Guess I'll just. There ain't nobody in here yet, but we gonna start talking and we gonna kick it off. So yeah, man. Welcome to the live show. The Warriors dropped the ball in Game 5. They got blown off the court, annihilated, destroyed, all of the above. It was a terrible showing, and I'm honestly not that surprised. The Warriors have a history of dropping the ball in Game 5s. They have a history of playing with their food. They have a history of letting off the gas pedal when they have an opportunity to bury their opponent. This is something they've done over the entirety of the dynasty. This is something that's just honestly ingrained in their DNA of the core. Excuse me. We got some folks in here. What's going on, man? J1, what's poppin'? Cheyenne, what's good? B-Ray, or BJ, my bad. What's going on, bro? John L. Bankhead, what's poppin'? Beto Hay, what's poppin'? Once Jimmy and Steph both got 2 fouls, I knew it was going to get blown out. What's good, Playboy? Dubs got this. Yeah, we do, bro. Yeah, man. I'm honestly not too surprised at the outcome. I would have loved to see them just take care of business, but for whatever reason, the nature of this team, which is led by Steph, Draymond, and Steve Kerr, that's the core. That's the group that's been here the longest. For whatever reason, they let off the gas pedal. It's just simple as that, man. The Warriors got smoked. You already knew off the jump it was over. First of all, the way the Rockets were playing, they were probably just destined to win this game anyways. They were shooting ridiculous numbers. They couldn't miss. Everything was going their way. The momentum was going their way. The refereeing was going their way. They rolled their home crowd. Everything was going their way. Fred VanVleet looked like prime Darren Williams. He couldn't miss. It was an ass whooping. What y'all talking about in here? You think they folded on purpose? Nah, I don't think they folded on purpose. I don't think they mean to drop a game. Because if you think about it, the downsides. All right, if you just fold on purpose, all right, well now you got to play another game, an extra game, in with only 1 day off for rest. Meanwhile, your next round opponent, they just finished their series. They're done. The T-Wolves just beat the Lakers. They're waiting for you. They're resting up, waiting for you. A younger team is now going to have the rest advantage. So the Warriors know what's at stake. They didn't purposely fold, but I just think, I don't know if it comes with just the arrogance of how long they've been doing this, how long they've been in this. I don't know. It's just it's something you're gonna have to ask them. I'm sure that even they can't give you a legit answer why they do it, but they do it, and it's just annoying because this is an older team. Again, this is an older team. Steph's 37, Draymond's 35, Jimmy Butler's 35. Jimmy Butler has an injury that he's playing through that probably takes about 2 weeks to heal. Steph got the thumb situation going on, which we'll get to later. So, ending the series in Game 5 would have been ideal. Would have been just optimal. But they didn't do that. And to be honest with you, the way the Rockets were playing, they probably would have won anyways. But at least Warriors put up a fight. At least make them earn it. Don't have the game essentially be over by halftime. Come on. Uh, I don't. He said no. No lie. I feel like this would have been the best game for J.K. to play just because nobody was really attacking the rim. Heck of perimeter shooting, obviously because of the zone. I don't even think J.K. was. I don't. I think he was sick with an illness. I don't think he was active. But this definitely would have been a game for J.K. To attack the. I mean, honestly, it's tough because the Rockets they're playing this two big lineup with Adams and Sengun. They got a lot of size down low, and J.K. just ain't getting that foul call. Like I feel like he's getting fouled when he drives in. The refs ain't calling it, man. The refs just I don't. They be hoeing J.K. bro. Like with the calls, they don't be giving him no calls. And then J.K. just makes it even worse by complaining about every single non-call, and then just taking forever to get back on defense. It's just like they're not gonna call it. You gotta understand if the foul's not coming. Number one, stop playing for the foul. Like a lot of the time, he's literally trying to get the foul. Like he's been aggressive. He's trying to get to a spot and trying to rise up, and there's contact, and it probably should be a foul call, but it's not coming. And at the same time, he's actively trying to get the call. I don't know if the refs see that he's trying to get the call and they're just not going for it. They're just like, nah, we ain't calling that, even if it's contact, because you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. Moody needs to go back into the starting lineup. The Buddy Hield thing worked at home. It was a nice little catch him off guard, little spark at home, but on the road, I had a feeling I wasn't gonna have the same magic. As for Moody showed some stuff in garbage time, a little bit during the game, and then in garbage time he was a little more aggressive. He got to like a floater once or twice. He was showing a little more comfortability, getting to a few of his little moves. He needs to do that when he's in the starting lineup or when he's in a rotation, like the main rotation, because if they're gonna put Sengun on you and you're not taking advantage of it, Steve Kerr has no choice but to take you out. Like you can't just allow them to escape with just putting a center on a shooting guard who's supposed to be like an offensive threat, who's supposed to be a shooter, who's supposed to be able to like attack space, attack advantages. You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like when Moody's in a starting lineup, he's essentially playing the Wiggins role. Can teams put a center on Andrew Wiggins? No, they can't, because Wiggins is gonna attack the closeout. He's gonna attack some space. He can shoot. They can't get away with that. So the fact that they came with Moody it's frustrating, because you would like to see him be a little more aggressive and make him pay. Steph, Paz, Jimmy, Dre, and Post. That should be the starting five for the game 6. Post starting game 3 work for the Warriors. I like that lineup. Because Quinton Post has shown the ability to play big and be a backbone on the boards and hold his own defensively. I mean, he's looked a little shaky at times defensively with Jalen Green attacking him in space. But when he's guarding a man on switches, he holds his own. A man can't really score on him because he sags back and he just plays straight up. He just utilizes his size. So Post has a case to start. He's one of the few guys that's really been battling and holding off Steven Adams in the paint and on the boards. Obviously, Steven Adams still does what he does, but Post puts up a fight. You know, he at least ain't going out like a punk. He's trying, and he's not hitting his shots. I don't know what he's shooting from 3 this series. It's probably honestly like 20%, but he still has to be accounted for out there. He still spreads the floor. Like the other team, they don't want to just give Post wide open threes. Like it's not like when Looney's out there and you know, number one, he's not going to shoot it, and you could just sag all the way in the paint, and it's just nothing he can do to make you pay. With Post, teams aren't trying to give that up. They might live with it at times, trying to sell out on Steph, but they're not just gonna like I dare you to make it type defense on Quinton Post. So he does like lighten up the defense. He does make things easier for Steph, and I think his plus minus has generally been pretty solid throughout the series. So when he's on the court, he is a positive. In terms of that being a starting 5, my only worry with that is who's going to be the point of attack defender. Because Jimmy, you're not gonna ask Jimmy to do that. Not with the injury, not with his mobility compromised. You're not gonna ask Jimmy to be the go-to point of attack. You're not going to ask Steph. Obviously, Draymond has to guard Sengun, so he can't be the point of attack. Post obviously isn't going to be point of attack, so it has to be Pods. So when you look at the starting lineup, all right, you put Pods on Jalen Green. I can live with that. I don't fear Jalen Green whatsoever. I think Pods could do a great job with Jalen Green. I think Pods isn't a lockdown defender, but he executes the defensive game plan. He's smart. He's just defensively sound. He knows where to be, and he executes. He has physical limitations. He has athletic limitations at times in certain matchups, but for the most part, I think he more than holds his own. I don't know about him being the go-to point of attack defender, but I mean, if Buddy Hield can survive in game 4, was it game 4? If Buddy Hield can survive in game 4 as a point of attack on Jalen, I think Paz can do it better. I think Paz is a better defender than Buddy Hield. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that starting 5 might work. How we gonna match up with the Wolves? Hey! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still let's not. Hold on. We gonna get to that T-Wolves combo in a little bit, but we got some work to do, man. The Warriors just got their backs blown out on the road, and now game 6 is a must win. Here's the downside about them essentially punting that game. Now you're giving this young team who probably had all their confidence is probably shot after that demoralizing game 4 loss where they were so close, and now they're down 3-1 to this veteran team, all these champions. They got these stars. They can't guard Steph. They can't guard Jimmy. Game 5 is your chance to step on their neck and put them down. So now you come out flat. You come out unserious. You come out unprepared. And you give these young dudes, number 1, you give them momentum. Number 2, you boost their morale. Number 3, you boost their confidence. So now these dudes have all the belief in the world. Now they think they could beat you. Now they're feeling pretty damn good about themselves. So now that confidence is going to carry over to game 6. And when you give another team, when you relinquish the momentum of a series to another team, sometimes if the talent, look, the Rockets are a 2 seed. Are they as talented as the Warriors at the top in terms of star power? No, but they're a pretty talented team. I mean, you don't win a 2 seed by accident. So when you relinquish momentum to the other team that's talented, sometimes it's hard to get that momentum back. Sometimes they just start rolling, and all of a sudden they just ripped off 2 games in a row because they got the momentum. Now they're feeling good. All of a sudden you're in a game 7 on the road in Houston. All of a sudden the refs are cheating. All of a sudden the refs is going with the home crowd. All of a sudden Steph ain't getting calls. Shots just ain't going down in general for everybody. Maybe Jimmy Butler is a little hampered because remember, these games are all one off day. Game off day. So who's to say by game 7, Jimmy Butler is just like, yo, I'm cooked. Like physically, like he's a tough guy. He can play through it. But who's to say since you messed around and didn't take care of business in game 5, now you're playing 2 extra games with very little off time. Who's to say Jimmy Butler is just like, yo, I ain't got it this game. Like Steph, it's on you, bro. You're Batman. It's on you. And then if the Rockets are selling out on Steph, playing that anybody but Steph defense, and no one else is hitting threes, all of a sudden, now you're in disaster territory. All of a sudden, you might just go home and choke a 3-1 lead because you tricked off game 5 and you wasn't taking them serious. And now game 6 is a must-win game. You cannot let this game go to game 7 on the road. Absolutely not. That's very dangerous, very, very dangerous territory because in any one game, anybody can beat anybody. Any team in the league can beat anybody. One game. You do not want it to resort to that. What y'all talking about, man? I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. My bad for being a few minutes late, man. I just got back from the gym. I was trying to hurry up and rush and eat my food before I got on here. What's going on? Y'all got a lot of questions about JK, man. Oh, yeah, Pat Spence. Shout out to Pat Spencer. Shout out to Pat Spencer, man. Hey, the boy got that lacrosse background. He ain't no punk, bro. Like, he's used to physicality. He's used to things getting chippy. He embraces it. Like, he was like one of the best players, I think one of the best lacrosse players ever. Like, you don't become one of the goats of your sport or one of the best in the world at your sport, and you don't embrace physicality in a contact sport. Lacrosse is more physical than basketball. They be like whacking each other with sticks. It be getting crazy over there in that lacrosse sport, man. Them dudes is crazy. So I've always liked Pat Spence as like an in the bench, like emergency sub or like a bench guy. When he's been given his opportunities, he's taken advantage. He's looked pretty good. Like, he looks like he belongs. He's not overwhelmed by athleticism, the Rockets' athleticism. He hasn't been making too many mistakes. He gets the ball where it needs to go. He's attacking when he needs to. He's been doing really well, man. And then that situation with Sengun, another example. I've been saying this all series. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me saying this, but I can't stress this enough. Sengun is a chump, bro. Straight chump, man. This dude got so much smoke for G League players. Like, this dude walks around with his chest poked out, got all this smoke and all this. He's so hard when it comes to G League players. Pushing around a dude half your size that's literally like a G League player. Where was that smoke for Draymond? He walked up on Pat Spencer and like bumped him and then tried to like size him up. Dude's half his size. And then when Pat Spencer gave him a little headbutt, a little, well-deserved headbutt, shout out to you, Pat Spence, the dude immediately like flops backwards, whoa! And then he immediately like, where's the ref? Like, looking for the ref to save him. I'm like, dude, you was a chump, bro. Like, who does that? Like, you're the biggest dude in the court. You're picking on the smallest dude in the court. Your team's already up. This dude's a G League player. You seeked him out to start some ish. You bumped him. And then when he reciprocates your energy, you immediately flop backwards and then see where the refs is at to save you. So you can come on. I ain't got no respect for players like that, man. That's just straight. He's a chump, dude. He's a straight chump, bro. But shout out to Pat Spence. Shout out to TJD for coming to bat for him, coming to back him up. That's what you want to see, man. Like, I love the cheapiness. I love seeing the camaraderie. I love seeing like dudes have each other's back. As long as no one gets suspended, no one takes it to the point where you're hurting the team. It is what it is. Pat Spence got ejected. Hey, man, good ish, Pat. Good. That's what's up, bro. I like that. I hope somebody paid for his technical and covered that. Hopefully Draymond. It was a shot at Draymond when that happened. Draymond was watching the replay, and then he was like, he saw TJD come in. Then he was like, my guy. And then he was like clapping. He was just so proud of his young dudes for getting chippy with Sengun. But yeah, as y'all remember, I did call the Warriors in 6 before the series started. My official prediction for the series was Warriors in 6. So that's another reason why I wasn't too surprised about Game 5. But hey, if the Warriors take care of business at home tomorrow, that's Warriors in 6. I think they're gonna come out. I think they're gonna have the sense of urgency they should have had last game. They're gonna have that here at home, and I think Steph is about to go ballistic. I think Steph and Jimmy are both gonna drop 25 plus, maybe 30. It's gonna be a good game. I think Draymond's gonna be charged up. I think he's about to have Sengun in shackles. And I think TJD sent Sengun. Sengun got feminine energy. Hey, man, he said it, not me. Yeah, man, he a weirdo for sure. Yeah. But yeah, man, let me see. I got some other topics over here. Actually, I'll let you. Oh, yeah, Dillon Brooks. So we all seen like that viral picture of Steph Curry's thumb. It was swollen. It was just looked just distorted and just like effed up. basically. Like his thumb looked messed up. And it obviously, like, if we see that, of course the other team sees that. Dillon Brooks sees that. And this dude's just blatantly just taking shots at Steph's finger every time he shoots the ball. Like, the only reason the Rockets have Dillon Brooks on Steph is just so he can try to, like, get his little cheap shots in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obvious what he's doing. Everybody sees it, plain as day. He's taking shots at Steph's injured thumb. Like, he's not even trying to hide it. Like, I think he was asked about it after Game 5. And he didn't deny it. He essentially, like, owned it. Like, this dude is blatantly like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, if you're playing injured, that's what comes with it. That's what he said. He's like, if you're foolish enough to play injured, or if you're willing to play injured, that's what comes with it. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, bro. I just shout out to IA. Rockets getting the bonus 5 minutes into the game. Yeah, man. That's already when I was like, oh yeah, this game is a wrap. This game was over in the first quarter. I knew they wasn't coming back. I knew it might be like a fake comeback at some point, but they wasn't gonna come back. This game was over with. I was already, yeah, man. Like, and it's crazy how I'm not even gonna talk about the refs this game because I've said enough about the refs. It is what it is when it comes to that. I just think it's crazy how Steph don't get half the love that other stars around the league gets from the refs. Like, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Like, dudes are hitting him as he's coming down. Dudes are tackling him. Dudes are trying to take his injured hand out. Like, it's so much buffoonery going on. And then these refs is just allowing it to happen. And that's how people end up getting hurt. When the refs see stuff like that, when the refs see Dillon Brooks, like, you know, the refs have seen these viral clips of Dillon Brooks taking swings at Steph's hand in the other game. So they know that going into this game. So they see him doing it again. And they're not calling nothing. They're not giving no warnings. That's how players get hurt, because they're not keeping the game in control. You know what I'm saying? So, by the way, I appreciate you for your donation, brother. Thank you so much. It's much appreciated, man. So yeah, bro, it's crazy, man. Like, it's so nuts to me how the refs just refuse to control the game. It's like, that's how somebody gets hurt. You got Dillon Brooks, Tari Eason, Amen Thompson. All these dudes just flying around just on some crash out timing, just trying to, like, just reckless abandonment, man. Like, they're just trying to, whatever happens, happens. They're throwing their bodies around. If you run into somebody, or if you land on somebody, or you hit somebody, it is what it is. Like, they're doing a very good job of, like, disguising some of their extracurriculars as contact within the context of, like, the play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure Ime got a little say so in that, coaching them up on how to hide their little tactics. But, you know, King Corey, what's popping, bro? Yeah, man. At this point, you already know the only person the refs gives love to is Jimmy Butler. Like, thank God for Jimmy Butler, because he's the only one that gets an honest whistle. He's the only one. Could you imagine, like, the Warriors in these series without Jimmy Butler and his ability to get to the free throw line and make something happen out of nothing? Like, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy how one player completely changed, like, just a foul call situation, because Jimmy Butler is literally, like, more than half our free throw attempts every game. Now, he's at least getting half our free throw attempts, if not, like, 3/4 of it, like 75%. Like, it's wild. It's wild. Let's also hope, man. Let's hope Attila, I'm gonna botch your name, brother. Let me try. Italicizer. What's going on, bro? Lil Kenny, what's popping? But yeah, man. If y'all got any more topics, oh yeah, should I talk about the T-Wolves matchup? Should I project ahead a little bit, or should we not get ahead of ourselves? We still got some work to do, man. You know what? Let's troll the Lakers real quick. let's troll the Lakers real quick because why not, man? So I got this homie, my real good friend. I've known this man since we were 5 years old, like elementary school, right? So I known him for like decades, right? My boy's a LeBron fan, LeBron stan. So we've always been like going at it. Always got the little friendly banter, yada yada yada, right? So he was talking crazy, like as the playoffs was like kind of the season was kind of like falling into place at the end of the regular season. He's like, y'all better hope y'all don't see us. Better hope like the Warriors don't match up with the Lakers, right? So we both talking crazy, right? So the season ends up being what it is. So he's over here like, oh yeah, I see you on the second round, right? He just riding off the T-Wolves. I was like, hey man, don't sleep on those Wolves, bruh. That boy Ant-Man, he's a problem. Don't sleep on those Wolves, right? But he ain't taking it serious. He's brushing it off. Long story short, man, the Lakers got smoked in 5 games, bro. And I loved it. I've been trolling my man's all day. I've been on this helmet, just trolling him, bro. He quiet, man. So it was very satisfying. Number 1, I can't stand the Lakers. Number 2, I can't stand LeBron. And number 3, I can't stand when this motherfucker has like joy from like the NBA. I can't stand it. So I'm very pleased with that outcome. I would have loved for us to send the Lakers home. And honestly, the Lakers would have been a better matchup than the T-Wolves. Just because they have no answer for Steph. They have no answer for Jimmy in terms of on-ball point of attack. And they have no defensive anchor. And they play small ball. But they're way worse at small. Like, their small ball is terrible. So that would have been literally a perfect matchup for the Warriors. Like, imagine Jimmy Butler picking on Luka Doncic on switches. Imagine Steph picking on Luka Doncic on switches. And they have no rim to turn at the paint. Like, their biggest dude in the court most of the time is LeBron. 40-year-old man. Right? By the way, LeBron James, 22 points in an elimination game. Come on, bro. What you doing, man? You getting a little old there, big fella. 22 points is crazy. But yeah, man. I've been roasting my mans all day today, bro. Yeah, them Lakers are fakers, man. Look, you do that Luka trade 10 times out of 10. You just had, like, if you think about it, as the Lakers, as Rob Pelinka, if these dudes offer you like Luka Doncic for a 31 injury-prone year-old superstar, you just got to make the trade. You have to, and then you figure it out after. So yeah, you know what I'm saying, they got Luka long term, but this year, cooked any chance they had of a championship, made them a way worse matchup against us. And they didn't have a chance, bro. Like, Luka is out of shape, don't play no defense. He's a cone. He be getting cooked. And when you got Luka, bro, you gotta have a defensive anchor behind him. You have to. It's essential. The mans can't stand in front of nobody. Like, it's just an easy lick the whole game. Just go at Luka, get the switch, blow right by him, force the help, and it's just they have no size back there. They got old man LeBron trying to. It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap, man. Bron pulled a 2011 finals in the fourth quarter, bro. It's a wrap for LeBron, man. I mean, obviously, you know, he's still a decent player. He could play if he really wanted to. He could play another 5 years, like probably another 5 or 6 years. Not at like an all-star level, but like he could if he really. Nah, we ain't doing that this time. I'm here. Yeah, if he wanted to, he could play another 5 or 6 years. But in terms of him being like that top 5 player, it's a wrap, bro. Like, this dude Ant-Man just got him up out of there. Him and Luka. This dude, LeBron is comedy. You know why? Because after that series was over, he's in a post-game presser, and I tuned in, right? I usually don't watch no team's pressers besides the Warriors. I was like, you know what? I know LeBron got some excuses. Let me just tune in real quick. So I'm watching this, and right on cue, this man tried to blame the front office that got him Luka Doncic. This man was blaming the front office for not having a big man. I think the reporter asked him something about not having a big man, and this dude was like passive aggressive. Like, he was like, "Yo, my man AD asked for a big man. Next thing you know, he was gone in a week, so I ain't gonna say nothing." I'm like, bruh, your team got you Luka Doncic, and you complaining. It's always somebody else's fault, man. This man don't take no accountability. It's always blame game with somebody else, man. That's why he's nowhere near as good of a leader as Steph. Cause you'll never see Steph do some bull like that, man. Always gotta blame somebody. Never take accountability. You had 22 points in an elimination game, a must-win do-or-die game where you go home down 3-1. You put up 22 points. That's it. That's all you had in you. And you gonna blame not having a big man? What about your performance? Where's the accountability? Nowhere to be found, bro. LeBron's a silly guy, man. He's a silly guy. He better be, LeBron is praying the Warriors get eliminated. He ain't trying to see Steph nowhere near that finals. He wants no parts of Steph get number 5 because he knows him, all his little stands, his little fan base, they so insecure about Steph, bro, because they know, if this man gets number 5, it's going to be some agendas happening. It's going to be some agendas forming. It's going to be some conversations starting to stir up, and he wants no parts of that. So, he's in straight hater mode right now. It's crazy, man. Yeah, man. The Lakers, honestly, I was hoping the Lakers can at least put up a fight and force the T-Wolves to a game 7. You know what I'm saying? At least win that game, get feisty. LeBron, go empty the gas tank, conjure up some 40-point game and just go off. Nope. 22 points elimination game. You're going home, buddy. He had nothing for him. That boy Ant-Man put him to sleep, bro. Sent him to Cancun. LeBron never holds himself accountable. He literally called Bosh a role player on his podcast. Did LeBron say that, or was that his one of his friends, Mav Carter? Was his name Mav Carter or something? Or was that, no? That was his agent. That was his agent, man. That said that. Double brick love Steph. Yeah, man. LeBron is a funny guy, man. But yeah, I was hoping. My bad, I'm a little sweaty, bro. I came from the gym earlier. I was hoping that they could extend that series a little longer and just, put up a fight. Give the Warriors some time to have at least an even rest advantage with the T-Wolves. But nah, they folded, got destroyed, and got sent packing. LeBron said it too. If LeBron said that too, that's kind of crazy because Chris Bosh, I thought that was his man's. But that's disrespectful. Chris Bosh is a Hall of Famer, man. Chris Bosh was ahead of his time, bro. Chris Bosh was doing a stretch 5 thing really before it was a thing. People were complaining about Chris Bosh shooting threes. They're why is Chris Bosh shooting threes? Why is he out there just spotting up and shooting threes? He needs to be in a post or yada yada yada. He revolutionized the stretch 5s and really optimizing a 5-out offense. That's what made that Miami Heat LeBron. I mean, the 2011 when he got hold in against the Mavs, that was insane. That was an insane choke job. But LeBron, a year after that, when he was I think he was 20, when he was 28. I forgot what year that was. I think that was 2013 when he was 28 years old. That LeBron was crazy. That was they had really optimized that 5-out offense. They had Chris Bosh at the 5, and then Chris Bosh is a great defender too. So Chris Bosh is a great defender on one end, 6'11", had length. He could protect the rim a little bit. He could switch a little bit. Smart defender. And then on the other end, he's out there hitting threes. He's shooting 36, 37% for a center back then. 12 years ago or whatever it was. That was huge. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had Dirk who was 1 of 1 for what he was doing. But Chris Bosh was really the first time you see a dude that wasn't known for his 3-point shooting kind of extend his a big man extend his range and then convert himself into a stretch 5, a small ball stretch 5, whatever you want to call it. Even though Chris Bosh was 6'11", he wasn't really a small ball, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, if LeBron said that, that's kind of crazy, man. That's crazy. Again, you never hear Steph discrediting his teammates. You never hear Steph saying Klay Thompson was a role player just to boost his legacy or whatever, just to downplay what he had going. Come on, that's crazy, man. Y'all got any topics? Y'all got any topics for me? Oh, I'm blurry? My bad, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I am still trying to figure things out, bro, with the technological side. Um, I've been hella busy, man. I'm just trying to. My bad, y'all. Uh, but anyways, hopefully the focus is a little bit better. I promise I'll have this all figured out by the weekend. Um, but yeah, y'all got any more questions, bro? Let me know. The refs cheating us. Ain't nothing new, man. Refs always cheating us. Break down the Wolves matchup. I kind of wanted to save the Wolves breakdown matchup for when the Warriors actually take care of business. I was gonna put that at like an actual like a long form video, like an edited video, and kind of like go a little more in depth with the breakdown, so I can like have some stuff on screen and like go through some stuff. Uh, but just like an overall general breakdown of the matchup, I like the matchup. I think it'll be a good series. I think we present some problems for them. They don't. I would assume they're gonna put Jaden McDaniels on Steph, and if they do that, I guess they'll put Edwards on Jimmy Butler. So defense, and they got Rudy Gobert down in the paint. So their base defensive matchups are pretty it's respectable. I'm not saying that's enough to stop with the Warriors personnel, but it's respectable. Jaden McDaniels is a great defender. He's 6'10" wing, long, athletic. I don't know if he can guard Steph. I doubt it because no one can, but he could be annoying. He could be, I could see him being a nuisance and bothersome until Steph figures it out, which, doesn't take long. And then Edwards on Jimmy Butler. Edwards is a pretty strong wing. He's super competitive. He reminds me a little bit of Jimmy Butler in terms of personality and his competitiveness. Size-wise, I don't think Jimmy's too much bigger than Edwards, so he might be able to match up in terms of physicality and size. But yeah, I've never seen. I gotta go back and look at some tape or something like when Jimmy was on the Miami Heat. I don't know how Edwards does guarding Jimmy. I gotta go look up some numbers on that. Because just because you match up physically doesn't mean that you just automatically pencil that person in as a good matchup on that guy. Yes, he has a physical profile that can theoretically match up with Jimmy, but you gotta see him do it on the court. Because Jimmy's one of the smartest dudes in the league, and he's extremely clever at getting to the free throw line regardless of who's guarding him. So I think that'd be interesting. I think Draymond going against Rudy Gobert is going to be great content for all of us. I think it's going to be it's going to be a few fisticuffs, not fisticuffs, but it's going to get spicy, bro. Like it's definitely going to get physical. Let's pray Draymond don't put that man in a chokehold again. Let's pray, because I can see Draymond picking up a technical or two in this series going up against Rudy Gobert. That man has stolen like 3 depoys from Draymond. Literally stolen. No, I think Kawhi stole one, and then Rudy Gobert stole like 2. So whenever Draymond sees Rudy Gobert, he got like blood in his eyes, bro. Straight blood in his eyes. Oh yeah. So then, in terms of another thing, T-Wolves guy Naz Reid, man, Naz Reid puts fear in my heart. I ain't gonna lie. Like this man turns into prime KD when he plays the Warriors. Like this dude can't miss. His handle is crazy. I don't want no parts of Naz Reid, man. So I hope the Warriors game plan is dialed in. I don't know who that matchup would be off the bench. Who would be matched up with Naz Reid off the bench for us? I haven't really had a chance to really like dive into like the matchups and whatnot. I was saving that for when the Warriors take care of business. So Randall's been a problem. Forgot about Randall. He's been hooping. He just cooked the Lakers. He had hate in his heart for the Lakers. He finally got his revenge. Yeah, man. I mean, in terms of Randall, he's the type of his player, like his archetype of player. I don't really see him giving the Warriors problems. He's more of a volume scorer. He's one of those dudes you can kind of bait into turnovers, get him off his feet, jump in, trying to make a pass, close the gap. I can see Jimmy Butler having a lot of picks on him in the passing lanes. Yeah, I'm not too scared of Randall, to be honest. Like I think Draymond can lock him up. I think that's a great matchup for Draymond because Randall can't bully Draymond. He can't go through his chest. He can't blow by him. The thing where Randall gives teams trouble is like when he attacks off the dribble like a slower footed defender, like a slower footed big. He can, he has a little bit of a handle. He has kind of like a quick first step for his size, so he gives bigger players problems. He ain't blowing past Draymond. And then when teams try to put maybe a smaller defender on him, then he just backs him down and gets to his spots. He ain't backing down Draymond. And then another thing you have to account for is his 3-point shooting. He can get hot from three. He can, Draymond can close out. Draymond's one of the best 3-point closeout players in NBA history. Closing out for a three, not fouling, contesting, getting a block. Like Draymond is the perfect matchup for Julius Randle. So I don't see him being a problem at all. Is Rudy Gobert, can we box this dude out? Like we got a little bit of experience boxing out these offensive rebounding bigs like Steven Adams. We got a little experience with that. I don't think Gobert's as much of a menace on the offensive boards, but he is annoying. Like he is like 7'2". He's definitely going like make his presence felt on the boards. BJ said live show is fire. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Can y'all let me know how the volume is, how like the sound quality is compared to like my regular videos? Because I'm doing like little iterations and like little tests and whatnot. I'm trying to figure some stuff out. Y'all let me know in the comments. But yeah, man, Nas Reed puts more fear in my heart than Julius Randle, to be honest with you, because I don't really think we got a good matchup for Nas Reed. We can't put Quentin Post on him. He'll blow right past Quentin Post. Nas got a little bit of a handle too, man. Like he's an interesting player. I would love for him to be on the Warriors. Like I would love Nas Reed on the Warriors. That would be like a match made in heaven. Warriors fans, I probably shouldn't say this. I know like it doesn't. Who would you rather? Would you? You know what? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna like say what I gotta say, man. I'm not even gonna stir that pot. Whatever. But yeah, Nas Reed is nice, man. He'd be a nice Warrior. Maybe one day. Ego. My team didn't get blew out this series. Who is? Oh, we got a Rockets fan in here. They got their chest poked out because they just won that last game, man. That's hilarious, bro. Yeah, man. Enjoy y'all last win of the series, bro. Like, don't come in here trolling, man. Y'all got the chest poked out. I know y'all feeling good. Y'all feeling proud of y'all team. Hey, just enjoy y'all last win of the series. It's the last one y'all getting. The series is over on Friday. I guarantee it. I bet you won't come back on my channel on Friday. I'll tell you that much. You won't be around. You gonna tuck your tail and dip, bro. My boy IA. Yo, shout out to you, IA. Another donation. I want Westbrook on the Warriors. I don't know about that one. Bro. I don't want no parts of Westbrook on the Warriors, man. That man's he got too many boneheaded plays. And then you got like, how's he gonna feel when he's not one of the last 5 closing games? Is he pouting? Is he on the bench pouting, bro? I'm not trying to deal with Westbrook pouting because he ain't better than Pods. And I bet you in Westbrook's mind, he thinks he's better than Pods. So when Pods are closing, it's going to be kind of similar to the situation with Clay. You know how Clay was starting to get, Clay was starting to bench him a little more and more and starting to go with other options, and Clay wasn't having it. And he was like, yo, who do you, like, y'all know who I am? I'm Clay Thompson. Like, he wasn't having it. Westbrook has that same type of, like, ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think because he would not be one of our 5 best players. Steph, Pods, Jimmy, Draymond, and then he would be competing for like that whoever the 5th best guy is that night. But most times I wouldn't want him to be on the floor because I want the ball in Steph's hands or Jimmy's hands. If you got Westbrook on the court, you got to put the ball in his hands. Or what is he doing? Is he spotting up? I don't want Westbrook spotting up on my team. Not on my team. And then when he has a ball in his hands, he's always making boneheaded plays and decisions. Yeah, I want no parts of Westbrook, man. But I appreciate your donation, brother. Thank you so much. What are we talking about here? Looney on Nas. They got the same speed. Bruh. Nas would deep fry Looney, bro. I don't want to see no parts of that matchup. That would be insane. Nah, man. Looney don't. Nah. That would be trouble. Is Looney gone? What do you mean is Looney gone? Nas, Reed, Miles Turner, Bam, Melton, DiVincenzo, Cam Johnson. Guys that fit with us. Yeah, I agree. All those dudes fit. I don't think Miles Turner will be able to run our offense that great. He's not really like a Steve Kerr type of passing hub, because Steve Kerr likes to use his big men as like, playmakers and like passing hubs and whatnot. Like Quentin Post, he's a pretty good passer, pretty smart passer. Think back, you could think about Zaza Pachulia, Andrew Bogut. But I think there is a place for him. We deployed JaVale McGee, who wasn't, the most, best guy in terms of like pass and feel and all that stuff, but we have found a role for him. I will take Miles Turner. I know he's not a great fit in terms of like the offense we run, but I'll take him. You talking about like a stretch five that's a rim protector? I would take that. Sabonis fits better. No. I don't want no parts of Sabonis, bro. I don't want no parts of Sabonis. He getting paid way too much to do what he does. He got outplayed by Looney in that series against him. Was that 2023? Got outplayed by Looney, bro. Outplayed by Looney. Nah, man, he getting paid way too much, man. You gonna pay Sabonis $50 million to be a bum? No thanks. We need to get Stephon Castle, bro. Stephon Castle is untouchable, brother. Not for anything we got. The Kings demanded Stephon Castle in that De'Aaron Fox trade, and the Spurs said not happening. And the Kings, with no leverage, said, all right, we'll still trade you Fox. So there's no way we can get Stephon Castle. And he just won Rookie of the Year. It's not happening. Sign Steven Adams. I would love to sign Steven Adams, man. Steven Adams would be the perfect big man off the bench. Just come in, just grab boards. Just imagine like Steven Adams on the court with Steph. He's just grabbing board. Offensive rebounds, just kicking out to Steph. Steph misses maybe. Offensive rebound, kick out to Steph. Like he's just grabbing boards, man. Like I would love Steven Adams. It just depends on his price. I don't know. I'm not sure what the Warriors' financial situation is. I got to see how it plays out with Kuminga before I can say what they can afford. But if they're allowed the MLE, which I believe is I think is it $9 million or is it $12 million? They can offer one free agent. If it's somewhere in that range, I think if they trade Kuminga, they might open up the opportunity to use the MLE. If Steven Adams is willing to take that, I would take Steven Adams in a heartbeat, man. He'll be great on the Warriors. Looney Champ was getting 12 rebounds plus in 22 finals. Yeah, man, Looney in the 22 finals was a monster. He was doing his thing, bro. He shout out to Looney, bro. I don't think he's quite that level of player anymore. He's still solid, but I don't think he's as good as he was in 2022. We're going to swap Kuminga for Cam J. I mean, if Kuminga's gone and it looks like he's probably gone and you got to get something back for him, and the Nets are one of the few teams that might be interested in Kuminga, just looking at their roster, I wouldn't mind Cam Johnson, 6'8" shooter, really good shooter. Another guy capable of scoring 20 points. A dude that can just give your front court a little more spacing. So then all of a sudden you got Cam Johnson, 6'8", great shooter. You got Quentin Post, 7 foot, great shooter. Now you got the necessary floor spacing in the front court to kind of to surround Draymond and Jimmy Butler to optimize them a little bit better. What are we talking about? Coaching staff needs to make a very good adjustment to counter the Rockets 2-3 zone with Adams and Sengun. Yeah, I was looking at some numbers, man. That's the Sengun Adams. That front court with the 2-3 zone they've done pretty good. It's been low. The Warriors haven't quite cracked that yet. They haven't really done a good job against that yet. It's tough because they got Amin, they got Jabari, they got these other athletic wings that are like up front, like flying around, covering up the space, closing gaps, and then these big dudes down low, they're doing what they got to do in their little sections of the zone, and it's just hard for the Warriors to counter it so far. So I'm not too sure what they could do to counter it, man. To be honest with you, it's tough, bro. Adams, I wasn't expecting Adams to be this much of like a menace for us to like game plan against, but he's really annoying. Y'all got any more questions for me? I would love. Here's like my dream offseason scenario. Assuming Kuminga moves on because he wants to be somewhere else in the Warriors, or not trying to have another sunk cost. I mean, it's gonna be a sunk cost no matter what. The 7th overall pick, you had another lottery pick that's not gonna be on your team past his rookie contract, so it's already a sunk cost. But assuming Kuminga moves on, some things I would really love for the Warriors to do. I think Brandon Pierce. I think you named a lot of the players I've been looking at. Kingpin, Skinny Pimp. You named a lot of the players I was kind of looking at. I think it was one of y'all too. DeAnthony Melton for the vest minimum. So Melton, we gave him $12 million this year before the season, which was that was fair for what he was going for. But now that he's injured, he tore his ACL, and before that, the year before that when we signed him, he was coming off like a back injury. So that's 2 straight years he's been injured. And now he's getting a little older. I think he's like 27, 28. So he's going to have to take a prove-it contract. He's not going to be able to command another $12 million contract. He's going to have to take a prove-it contract. So we got to kind of hope that the Warriors can finagle that situation and be like, look, you were a great fit with us. We'd love to have you back. You have a chance to compete for a championship. We got Jimmy Butler in the mix. You're going to get all these open shots. Just sign with us for the vets minimum. And then you're going to be able, to get your next, we're going to make you look great. And you can get your next big contract next season. We're going to rehabilitate your value. It's kind of like what Dante DiVincenzo did with us. He was with the Sacramento Kings. He got traded to the Kings. And then he was buns with the Kings. The Kings are just a terrible organization. He just didn't look great. So his value took a hit. So he looked around the league and he was like, all right, where can I sign like a 1-year deal and kind of rehabilitate my value? He looked around. He was like, all right, I'm going to go to the Warriors. I'm playing next to Steph. I'm going to get some open looks. Their offense suits me. I could be a cog there. I'm going to play there. I'm going to sign for I think he signed for like $3.5 million. He said, I'm going to hoop there. I'm going to rebuild my value. And then in the offseason, I'm going to dip. And then they also gave him a player option. So when he signed here and if things didn't go well, he can just opt into his player option and just come back. Worst case scenario, he got that extra $4 million in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So they did that with DiVincenzo. They could probably offer Melton a similar situation and be like, hey, man, look, it worked out for DiVincenzo. It can work out for you too. So my first order of business will be to hit up Melton, try to get him for that vest minimum. Hit up Steven Adams. See if he wants that MLE, which is anywhere from 9 to 12 million starting rate. That they might, I don't know if he'll command more than that. He might be able to. I'm not too sure what his market will look like. But I would try to get Melton, try to get Steven Adams. And then, if you can, flip Kuminga for Cam Johnson. So now you got Cam Johnson in the mix. You got Steven Adams. You got DeAnthony Melton. You still got Steph, Pods, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, Quentin Post, Moses Moody, Guy Santos, and now you're adding Melton, Steven Adams, Cam Johnson. That's super solid, man. That's a very solid team. Steven Adams is not going to play with Draymond. Why do you say that? Steven Adams had a post-game presser after Game 4 where he said he had nothing but respect for Draymond. He said it's just part of everybody's competing. Like he's never, even when Draymond was like kicking him in a groin back in the day, like 10 years ago. And whenever like reporters try to ask Steven Adams about the incident, he never had anything bad to say about Draymond. He's like, hey man, dudes are competing. It is what it is. Like, I think that's just a part of his nature, man. He's just a physical player, so he's like, yo, whatever comes with the physicality, that's what comes with it. Like, it is what it is. So I think he would actually love to play with Draymond. It's like you could hate a dude like when he's on the other side of the line that you're competing against, but you would love to have that dude on your team. Like Steven Adams and Draymond as a front court, just terrorizing teams down low. Pause. That would be crazy. My guy IA, thank you for the donation, brother. Any way to get Wiggins back? Jimmy and Wiggins goated. I think they can. Once the season's over, there's no restriction on the Warriors reacquiring Andrew Wiggins. So it just depends. It honestly depends on what the Heat want to do. I think they're trying to preserve cap space for 2026, so they can get a free agent. So if you offer them Kuminga, let's say you do like a Kuminga sign and trade to the Heat. Do they want to do that? Do they want to take on Kuminga's money when they're trying to preserve cap space to sign a free like a superstar? I don't think so. I think they're monitoring that Luka Doncic situation. I think Luka Doncic can be a free agent in a season or two. So the Heat are trying to keep their books open just in case they're an option. So I don't know if they would even want to take Kuminga's money back, to be honest with you. But in that scenario, in a perfect scenario, the Warriors would sign and trade Kuminga to the Heat to get Andrew Wiggins back. I'm not sure what the draft pick compensation going back and forth would look like, but I think in a vacuum, the Heat would probably prefer to have Kuminga over Wiggins, and in a vacuum, the Warriors would definitely prefer to have Wiggins over Kuminga. So it's just a matter of if those teams are motivated to get it done. But I would love to have Wiggins back. Wiggins on this team you put him back in place as the POA. You got Jimmy Butler for the bigger wings. You still got Moody. You still got Pods. And then, hey, you sign Melton. Maybe you bring back GB2 on a vest minimum. You got a lot of perimeter defense all of a sudden. That'd be great. Low key, I want to see Giannis on the Spurs. That would be nasty. A Wemby Giannis front court would be disgusting. That would be crazy, bro. Giannis getting to the rim, Wemby spacing out for him from three, and then he could switch it up and put in work in the paint. I don't want no parts of that. The Warriors would not be able to score in the paint at all. Like, that would be a terrible matchup for the Warriors if that happened. Wiggins and Adams. Yeah, man, Wiggins and Adams would be a great offseason. What y'all talking about, man? Wiggins is too expensive for us to get. I think Wiggins is making like 27 or 26 mil. I think his contract declines over, like, every year it goes down a little bit more, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I think that's how it went. I think if the Warriors really wanted to make it work, they can. Just like a lot of people said before the Jimmy Butler trade went through, a lot of people were saying, oh, they can't it's not possible to trade for Jimmy Butler unless you're giving up. It's not possible to trade for Jimmy Butler unless you're like trading Draymond and all this other, like, it was like they're basically making it sound like it's impossible because you can't send out like 4 players and get back 1 player, and then all of a sudden they make the trade happen. They make it like a 4-team trade, a 3-team trade. They send off the extra players to other teams and they make it happen. So I think if the numbers are close, the teams can figure out a way. If they're both motivated, they can figure out a way to make it happen, man. We are coming up on an hour. What's going on with y'all? Y'all want me to keep going a little bit longer, or y'all cool? We need more dogs. Yeah, we definitely do. Steven Adams would be a great dog to have. Forward and centers is a priority. Yeah, man. The Warriors got to get some more talent in our front court. They got to get some more talent. That talent was supposed to be James Wiseman. It was supposed to be Kuminga. Those picks didn't work out. So now they're in a situation where they're trying to add talent, but should we trade for Rudy? Absolutely not. That man makes too much money, man. He is. I don't want to pay Rudy Gobert whatever he's getting paid. His contract is crazy. Bree said, I'm not sold on Cam Johnson yet. I mean, you got to understand, Cam Johnson will be playing in this Warrior system, this movement system, and he's playing off of Steph and Jimmy. I think he'll look pretty damn good in a Warriors uniform. Yeah. I mean, just think of Cam Johnson as a bigger Buddy Hield that's more consistent. He's bigger. He's more consistent. He's 6'8". He can play power forward. He can be a stretch four. He just has more versatility defensively. Like, he's not a great defender. He's like an okay defender, like whatever. He's just kind of there. But just the fact that he's 6'8", and he's generally a pretty, decent IQ guy, you can do stuff with him. You know what I'm saying? He has more versatility. You could honestly play him like you could play him at shooting guard, small forward, or power forward. Like, you can play him like a lot of places on the court, and he's like a knockdown shooter. He's an insane movement shooter. Just in matchups like this where teams are like trying to hide Sengun or Moody. All right, let's say you have Cam Johnson out there. You can't hide, like, you're not hiding Sengun on Cam Johnson. He just makes teams have to second guess the type of defensive matchup that they do. Trade Dre. Dre ain't going nowhere, bro. Dre ain't going nowhere. The only way the Warriors would trade Draymond Green is if Giannis calls up the Warriors like, yo, make some room, I'm coming. If that happens, then the Warriors will be like, all right, peace, Dre. But other than that, I don't think the Warriors are going to trade Draymond. I think he's going to ride out with Steve and Steph, unless Giannis hits him up like, yo, I'm coming, make room. Because if Giannis wants to come, anybody but Steph can go. Everybody but Steph can go. Everybody. To get Steph and Giannis on the same team, I'll do anything. That would be the best. Like, if we think Steph and Jimmy's the best best duo in the league, Steph and Giannis would break the league, bro. They would absolutely break the league. Shogo. Oh, my bad, brother. Hey, shout out to Shogo. Thank you for the donation, bro. We put him belt to ass to close out this series at home. Chase Center finna be lit. Yeah, man. Chase Center's about to go crazy, bro. Like, the energy's gonna be crazy, man. The energy's gonna be kind of crazy. I'm gonna try to pop out there, man, and try to just be a part of it. I know those tickets are probably crazy right now, so I don't know if I'm gonna be inside, but I definitely be in the area showing love, and who knows, man, I might pop up in there. Thank you, Shogo. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the donation. Dillon is a wannabe. Yeah, bro. I mean, we all know what Dillon, the shenanigans he's up to, man. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, bro. Like, Cam Johnson, he's not as good of a shooter as like prime Clay, but I think he's probably a better shooter than current Clay right now. Just because current Clay, it's not that he just lost shooting ability. It's just that his lower extremities, because of the injuries, he doesn't have as much like lift on his legs, or his lower body gets more tired throughout the course of the game, which makes his shots a little more flat, which leads to him not being quite as consistent as he used to be when he was younger. So I think because of that, Cam Johnson is probably a better shooter than Clay right now. In a vacuum, like current Clay, like 35-year-old Clay, not prime Clay, not Clay from a few years ago, just as it stands right now. So Cam Johnson would be a solid, he'd be a solid addition. What are we talking about, man? Friday night. Yeah, man, Friday night is a must-win game. Friday night is a must-win game. If the Warriors trick this game off, I'm going to be hot, man. Like, number one, because, like, all right, let's say they lose game 6 and they win in game 7. Even if you do win, it's just like you got the T-Wolves at home chilling, resting up, just waiting. Already, like, just waiting. Their series is over. They took care of business. And you got this older team in the Warriors playing 2 extra games. For what? For what? So it's just, Game 6 is a must-win game for multiple reasons. The main reason being this is an older team who already had to play an extra game because of the play-in. So now you're adding these extra games in the first round. By the time you get to the finals, this team is gonna be so tired, man. Like them old man legs is gonna be cooked, bro. They gotta get it together, man. Would you take Clay back? Nah, man. I think that ship is sailed. I think that ship is sailed with Clay, bro. Maybe if he came back a little more humble and he kind of was more accepting of like the pecking order, I would take Clay back, because at this point in time, Clay ain't better than Pods. He ain't better than Pods. Like it just is what it is. So if Clay was willing to come back and be like, look, I'm down for whatever role. I'm not gonna pout. I just miss y'all. I miss the team. I miss the Bay. I just want to be a part of this again. If that was his mindset, then I'll take Clay back. But if it's like the Clay that we was dealing with last season, I can't. It's at that point, it is what it is, man. I'd rather not bring him back. It's just too much politics. You know, I ain't trying to deal with that. Cam Johnson makes more lineups work with size and shooting, like Paz, Butler, CJ, Draymond, Looney would work. Yeah, Cam Johnson as a 6'8" knockdown shooter. That's a 40% shooter, movement shooter. He can hit deep threes. He can hit threes off of screens, catch and shoot, off the bounce. Like, just having that level of shooter and as a 6'8" player would just add so much versatility to the Warriors lineups. Like, it would, like, just imagine Buddy Hield, but he's 4 inches taller. He's a little more consistent, and he's a little like. Just imagine that. 4 inches taller, a little more consistent. It doesn't make as many boneheaded mistakes. That's Cam Johnson. Like how many points? Did he average like 20 points this season? He wouldn't average that with the Warriors, but it's just to give you like a point of reference. Like he's a really good player. IA, thank you, brother, for the donation. IA said, I never understood why Clay didn't just hit middies to compensate for his lower injuries. He could have played the Livingston role, wasted opportunity. Yeah, man. Clay wasn't willing to acquiesce his role too much, which is the main reason the Warriors wasn't trying to really bring him back. Number one, he was like, I think, apparently, initially Clay was like, yo, I'm not taking it. Like, he didn't want much of a discount at all. And he was making, $44 million? So his mindset was, I'm still Klay Thompson. I'm not taking a discount. I want the same thing I'm getting right now, at least. And the Warriors were like, you're out of your goddamn mind. You're not getting $44 million on your next contract. It's not happening. So then as the season went on, yada, 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 things happened. I think the Warriors had offered Clay, I think they offered Clay like 24. They offered Clay 24. Clay wasn't going for that. He was like, nope, not happening. So then the offseason, I think by this point, the Warriors were kind of just like, we're kind of over it with the, like, we want you, like, we'll have you back for the right price, but we're not going to, like, go out of our way to, like, beg to get you back. So at this point, I think Klay Thompson reached back. I was like, all right, I'll take the 24 mil. Like, I'll take it. And the Warriors were like, actually, hold that thought. And they tried to get Paul George. And they had Klay Thompson as an afterthought back burner. So at that point, he felt disrespected. He was like, oh, y'all trying to prioritize, like, getting Paul George versus re-signing me for, the offer? He was out of here. He just dipped. Off of pride, he was just like, nah, I can't go for that. So he left. I think he signed with the Mavericks for like 17, but when you consider the taxes and stuff in terms of like Texas, I think if you compare like him getting paid 17 in Dallas versus 24 in California, I think it comes out to like the same, honestly, like around the same amount of money. So I hear people saying like, oh, why couldn't the Warriors offer him what he got in Dallas? Number one, he felt disrespected. He wasn't going to take what the Warriors gave him anyways. Number two, 17 mil from the Warriors playing in California is different from 17 mil from the Mavericks playing in Texas because of the taxes. Because if y'all look at like California taxes, man, they take a good portion of your check, bro. Like that's another reason why players unless they're going to the Lakers. A lot of players don't really like going to the Warriors because like the California taxes is crazy, man. What are we talking about here? Clay felt the type of way when they sat him for pods. Yeah, Clay was offended. He felt disrespected, and you can't. I mean, look, man, it's hard for like players that were like all stars. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's trying to come back from this lower leg injury. He has all this pride in his ego, which, rightfully so. That's how these players get to where they are in the league, man. Like you don't get this far in the league, one of the best 450 players in the world, if you don't have an ego, if you don't have like this ultimate self-belief in yourself, like this ultimate like irrational confidence. Because if you don't have that when you're coming up through the ranks trying to make it, bro, you're not gonna make it. You gotta have like this irrational confidence and basically just like brainwash yourself into thinking you're the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have that, you're done, bro. Gotta have that. So, after 11 years in the league, it's hard for him to just cut that off and be like, you know what, you're right. Like Pods, this young buck Pods, this 20-year-old kid coming from Santa Clara is better than me. He's taking my starting spot that I've held on to since I've been on the Warriors. He's taking my spot. I might have just relinquished that. It's all good. In his mind, he's better than Pods. In his mind, he's like, bro, I'm Klay Thompson. I've been here for 11 years. Like, I'm not like this young buck trying to take my spot, bro. So yeah, that's why it was just like, it was probably best that he moved on, just because it was always going to be, he wasn't going to let that little dynamic go too smoothly. Relinquishing cachet in terms of like the roster and lineups and whatnot, pecking orders. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, y'all clowning PG in the comments, rightfully so. Yeah, man. Paul George is cooked, bro. He is definitely cooked, man. The Sixers are already trying to trade him. They're trying. they signed him into a 4-year contract, like 230 M's, and they're already trying to trade him, bro. It's curtains. It's a wrap. They got they got Embiid, who can never get on the court. They got Paul George, bro. It's a wrap for the Sixers, man. That signing was a disaster. Let's see what we got. Yeah, man. I mean, y'all got anything else to ask me? I just want to just shout out IA and Shogo one more time, bro. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love, man. I appreciate your donations. It means a lot. Yeah, man. If y'all got anything else to ask me, Mar, what's going on, bro? Thanks for subscribing, buddy. Appreciate you, bro. Is that Mar from Twitter, or is this just another Mar? What's going on, buddy? But yeah, what we talking about up in here? What we talking about? Final score predictions for Game 6. I think the Warriors win by 11. Final score, I don't know what the final score is going to be, but I think they win by 11. I think they pull away in the fourth. The crowd gets into it. The Rockets run out of gas. These young bucks fold. Their young bucks fold, and they're just not ready for the moment. I think their veterans are gonna go out swinging. I think Fred VanVleet's gonna be annoying. He might be hitting some threes. I think Steven Adams is gonna get some boards. He's gonna be a little annoying. It's cool. I got us winning by 11. If it's more than that, I hope so, man. Yeah. All right, y'all. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into the Warriors. Still gotta take care of business, man. So projecting forward, talking about the T-Wolves matchup. Let's beat the Rockets first, man. We gotta put these dudes down. They hella annoying. Their fans are annoying. They got their confidence back. This dude in my comment section talking crazy, feeling good. But yeah, man. If they can't get Giannis, do you think LeBron or KD will go to the Warriors for 2 years? I don't want no parts of LeBron, bro. I don't even know about KD, to be honest with you. It depends. What would you have to give up to get KD? I don't know if I want to give up what KD's going to be going for. Simmons to the Warriors? Ben Simmons? Yo, Ben Simmons is buns, bro. That dude ain't got no heart. He can barely sniff the court with the Clippers. Look at his minutes logs in the playoffs. He's getting like 4 minutes this game, like 8 minutes. He's a bum. He's not the same player he used to be. I think his confidence is gone. His confidence is gone. I think that those back issues kind of zapped his athleticism. So he's just a shell of himself. LaMelo to the Warriors. How they gonna make that happen? I don't think the Warriors got the assets for that. I think LaMelo would drive Steve Kerr crazy, bro. Like, do y'all watch LaMelo play, bro? That dude on the Hornets be taking the craziest shots. He be taking like one-legged threes. He be taking some crazy shots because he can. The Hornets are trash. That's his franchise. Like, that team is such a trash, a clown show. He does whatever he wants. Imagine LaMelo, Steph's calling for it, and then LaMelo's over here shooting like one-legged fadeaway threes in like close game in the fourth quarter. Steve Kerr would lose his mind. Bridges. We need to get Bridges. Like Mikal Bridges or Miles Bridges. Who you talking about? Who is more likely to have a Game 6 legacy game? Moody, Buddy, or QP? I can see Buddy hooping. If it's out of those three, I would love for it to be Quentin Post. I love Quentin Post, man. I'm very pleased with how he's been playing and contributing with his 3-point shot not going down. I think he's been he's definitely shown me something. He's shown that he's not just like a 3-point specialist like a Davis Bertans like big man, whereas he's only shooting threes, and if he's not shooting threes, he's on the bench, he can't do anything else. Like, he can do other things. All right, I'm gonna call it here, y'all. It's about to be 9. I got work to do, but I appreciate y'all for showing love. I appreciate everybody for spending your time with me on this Thursday night. We got Game 6 tomorrow. The Warriors better win, or I'm gonna crash out on my next video if they lose, man. So it might make for some good content, but it's not good for the Warriors' chances of winning a championship. So let's pray that they don't drop the ball. Anyways, I appreciate